one of the major CPAC moments was, of course, the Steve Bannon one. Dude, Steve Bannon doing the Nazi salute and Elon Musk appearing very drugged out with sunglasses on and the chainsaw while his ex-girlfriend Grimes is like tweeting, desperately trying to get his attention because there was a medical emergency with their kid. Like, dude, what the f is going on, bro? These guys are just fucking despicable. And the reality we're facing moving forward in our political climate is realizing that the people that voted for Elon and Trump, I think most of them are fucking despicable too. They seem to be enjoying the rottenness. And so I don't know what to do with that. They're just right out in the open with this shit. No turning back now.
We're not going to retreat. We're not going to surrender. We're not going to quit. Fight, fight, fight. Amen.
And he follows it up with an amen. All right. There you go. I mean, that was pretty obvious. Bannon is throwing up the Sieg Heil. The crowd is cheering. They think it's amazing. They think it's so funny that they're just bringing some Hitler shit back. Normalizing Nazi salutes.
Not going to quit. Fight, fight, fight.
But he knows what he's doing. They all know what they're doing. So I guess he's autistic too. Is that it? Dude, people will make an excuse for anything. Now, Elon Musk walks off with a chainsaw. Dude, what is he doing, bro? He's such a dork. Channeling RFK, bro. You got to get that whale's head. Dude, what a fucking dork, bro. Like, seriously, what a geek. Does he have like a rapper chain on? He does, doesn't he? Oh my God. Now, of course, during this interview, the mother of his kid, Grimes, was tweeting, "Please respond about our child's medical crisis. I'm sorry to do this publicly, but it is no longer acceptable to ignore the situation. This requires immediate attention. If you don't want to talk to me, can you please designate or hire someone who can so we can move forward on solving this? This is urgent, Elon. I'm not giving any details, but he won't respond to texts, calls, or emails and has skipped every meeting, and our child will suffer a lifelong impairment if he doesn't respond ASAP. So I need him to fucking respond. And if I have to apply public pressure, then I guess that's where we are at." So something's going on with their kid. Now, in addition to this, Elon started zapping these messages. She was replying in conversation about this stuff, trying to get his attention. And then the messages started saying unavailable, unavailable, unavailable. She didn't delete them. She didn't remove them, but he was making her messages unavailable. So this guy who talks about free speech, this guy is censoring people in his personal circle on his own social media network. He has a personal censorship that he applies. Now, we've known this. He's been doing this for 2 years. He doesn't believe in free speech. The right-wingers don't believe in free speech. But I think, though, it's really important to look at this behavior because he's also been absentee, like no communication with the mother of the 13th child, with 𝗙liche 𝗡𝗪. And he has used as his excuse as to why he bought Twitter and why he started crusading against the woke mind virus. He said he did that because parenting decisions were made without him in regard to his transgender daughter. He said the decisions were made behind his back. But what we're seeing with his lack of contact with 𝗙liche 𝗡𝗪 and with him not responding to Grimes to the point where she has to call him out publicly, and then he goes and hides her posts, we see that he actually doesn't get involved. He avoids and plays some type of games as far as being there for the kids. And then later on, though, if he has an issue, he's quick to then blame the mother, the kid, whatever everyone else. So I think it's really interesting how he set up his whole red pilling of Twitter based on being cut out of these important family decisions. And then we see that he himself dodges these family responsibilities.
So, I mean, we're trying to get good things done, but also like, have a good time doing it, and and
have a good time destroying the government, firing people, kicking people out of their homes, deporting people, preventing people from using the bathroom. Have a good time.
The left wanted to make comedy illegal, Like, you can't make fun of anything. So then it was like, comedy sucks. It's like, nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy. Yeah.
Dude, he is so cringe. It's really hard to watch this guy. He is he's the most divorced human being I have ever seen in my entire life.
Shifted the entire culture in just the last few months. The whole culture of this country has shifted dramatically just because of that election.
Yeah, exactly. Freedom of speech, having fun again.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Wait, hold on.
Free speech convention is getting talked. We're getting talked.
No way, dude.
Come on, Walter. Kicking me out.
No! He is getting kicked out. Walter Masterson, freedom of speech. Oh, shit. Dude, see, it's funny, bro.
I want to ask you, one of the biggest questions I have for you is, politically, you weren't really on one side or the other for a long time. Now you're on a side, and you've chosen a side. You're sitting here in a MAGA hat. What's it, how did that happen? What was the moment?
It's like, dark Gothic MAGA.
That's a good one. Was there a specific moment? Was there a moment that it all changed?
Yeah, when I realized I was a fool. But no, I was, I guess, I'd say I was politically neutral.
Here he comes.
For quite a while. Leaning a little Democrat.
He's been practicing.
How do you go from that to this?
Yeah, no,
How does that happen?
Well,
did they go crazy?
Yeah, they did go crazy.
Yeah, they went crazy.
No, I mean, that whole cancel culture and
the cancel culture. See, I love how cancel culture always gets talked about. Like, you remember the Bud Light beer can? Right? Do you remember? Right? Like, the cancel culture. Where did they get that? That is like a left-wing thing. Target, Bud Light beer can, gay kiss Disney, right? There's like a constant attack, bro.
It's trying to stop freedom of speech and infringe upon people's personal freedoms.
Infringe upon people's personal freedoms, freedom of speech. Dude, it's so weird.
They just want state control of what you say. They want to, take away your guns. And the reason they want to take away your guns, so there's nothing you do to oppose them. So it's sort of like, I just like we just need to restore the fundamental elements of what made America great, which is freedom and opportunity.
We're seeing a lot of these freedoms disappearing in the West. It's not just about America. We're all watching Europe.
So we're getting opportunities by increasing your government contracts and increasing the number of Border Patrol agents and getting rid of all the humanitarian aid. Getting rid of Social Security is going to increase our opportunity.
Knowing that they're about 50, 100 years ahead of us, right? Because they got an early start. And we're watching how they're devolving. And you're trying to save it from happening here.
No, I mean, in Europe, they put people in prison for memes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's insane.
And they're collapsing. I mean, this society it's a collapsing society. It feels that way.
It feels like
France was nicer.
So he said they put people in prison for memes, and he thinks that's insane. But hold on, because look at this. 60 Minutes are the biggest liars in the world. They engaged in deliberate deception to interfere with the last election. They deserve a long prison sentence. So according to Elon, putting people in prison for a harmful meme is bad. It's censorship. But putting a news organization in prison, giving them a prison sentence for lying, supposedly just for lying, is reasonable and normal. Huh. Okay, that's weird.
I would say that watching what you're doing with DOGE is just people love it. I mean, I've always looked at the government and I've always looked at the government and I've seen this big machine and you just know that they waste because they don't care. There's more money coming, they don't care.
Yeah.
You're cutting all this out. Everybody in this country knows that the government is full of waste, fraud, and abuse.
See, again, you see how they're using the tagline? They're using the branding. The branding is they reduce it to waste, fraud, and abuse. They reduce it to men and women's sports. And then they stick with that branding of that one repeatable phrase over and over and over again. It's like an advertising technique. So DOGE has spent $40 million already. It's been less than a month. Well, a month. It's been 5 weeks. And DOGE, despite them running around talking about their savings, OMB already gave DOGE $40 million. But nobody knows what that money's for. Nobody knows where that money's going. Who's getting that money, if it was for salaries or what. Computers, food, hookers. I mean, nobody knows. But so they've spent a pretty penny already of the taxpayer money. Now, we also saw a thing about how Trump has spent millions already golfing, of course, at his properties. So these guys are spending money hand over fist, as my mom used to say. They're spending. And nobody knows what they're spending it on. No transparency whatsoever. 40 million. 5 weeks, 8 million a week. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.